tell me about MetaPlanet Bitcoin holdings
Mm,
hitting 10,000 Bitcoins. They own 10,000 of them. And what do they
yes.
get them for?
Yeah, so it's another company and a wave of companies applying a Bitcoin treasury approach. And we've talked previously about MicroStrategy or strategy as it's
Yeah.
known now. They were really the ones to kind of pioneer it, where they would buy Bitcoin, utilize bonds or raise debt to buy it. They'd raise the debt smartly where they're paying no interest or very little interest and with 5 or 6 years to repay. And essentially, what they're banking on is that the Bitcoin price will be higher in 5 or 6 years than it is currently. And they've done so in a pretty clever way, using all sorts of different methods for raising that money and also not being crazily leveraged. Like you'll see a lot of property companies will have, compared to their asset value, maybe 40 to 60% in debt, whereas for them, I think it's less than 10%. So what MetaPlanet is doing is basically copying that same playbook, but they're based in Japan. And Japan has some really unique characteristics that other countries don't. So one being, if you try and buy Bitcoin there, you'd be subject to 55% as a tax, I believe, on the capital gain. It's very hefty. I
Yeah,
think it's
that's a whack, isn't it?
huge whack. So it's a huge disincentivizer for those to hold it there. Whereas if they invest in a company that's essentially doing that, they are paying no different the tax to what they'd be paying investing in any other company there, which I can't remember the exact figure, but it's quite a lot lower. So as a result, there's been a lot of Japanese investors pouring into this business, having seen what's going on in the US with MicroStrategy over the last couple of years, seeing what's going on with the Bitcoin price, seeing what's going on with their own currency and with their own bonds. The long-term Japanese bonds have, the interest rate that people are trading them at is much, much higher than historically where Japan has been interest rates wise. They've had really low interest rates for a long time. A lot of concern sort of 10 years out for Japan, basically, is what it's saying. And as a result, there are a lot of people that have been piling into a company like MetaPlanet is essentially a bet against their own currency. And now we're seeing more and more companies adopt similar.